Hey guys, I just finished watching Moist Critical's video, and there's a few things I want to say because I've been like looking for ways to articulate this, but I didn't really know how exactly to articulate it until I saw his video. So, with this Tana Mojo situation, right? Like there was a big sort of call to action for a bunch of commentary people. Why aren't you speaking out about this? Why aren't you talking about this? Why aren't you, right? And like so many people were saying these things. And while I agree that, some of the people who are more involved with like Cody Co and all of that stuff, probably should distance themselves from him publicly or something like that, or say, hey, I'm aware of the allegations. I do not condone this behavior. It is absolutely disgusting. Put my stance out there, period. Don't even have to mention his name. But the part I have to agree with, like penguinz0 and other people, Mr. Beard also was talking about this, is nobody has to speak about these things. For me personally, right, like I'm a black woman, right? When people come to me and ask me, what are my thoughts on this black person who was, a victim of police brutality and stuff like that, while I do have an opinion on it, the fact that people are so comfortable asking me about traumatic events, wanting my opinion on traumatic events that affect me directly, it's getting to a point where you are not entitled to my thoughts on this. You should not have the power to make me relive, some of my bad experiences with cops, right? Like, I haven't had any yet. Nothing awful, nothing brutal or anything like that. But you don't know that, right? And so you feeling like you have a quote leg to stand on to ask me, how do you feel about this person who was shot and killed by the police? How do you feel about that? Did you hear about that? That is extremely triggering for me. And you have no idea to what degree, because it is very possible that I have gone through something like that. Now, let's get on to the expectation for certain YouTubers and certain public figures to speak on this and that and this and that. You have no idea what some of these people have gone through. So it's very possible that you are traumatizing people by forcing them to speak on these horrific things that are happening, right? So obviously, he's a YouTuber, so you'd expect other YouTubers to denounce his actions, right? But that comes with a whole lot of stuff. It's not as simple as, hey, did you hear that this thing happened? There's research that goes into it. Okay, well, let me get the information myself so I know what I'm talking about. And in getting that information, there's the potential for the YouTuber you're demanding to speak on something to traumatize themselves. I feel like in this day and age, it is so fucking hard to experience happiness, right? And I'm not talking about the type of happiness where you're turning a blind eye to this thing or that thing or this thing or that thing. But with all of the atrocities going on in the world, we cannot live every single day of our lives focused on this atrocious thing, focused on that atrocious thing, focused on that atrocious thing. And that's not me saying don't take time to think about, pray about, etc., things that are important that are happening around you. But to be entitled to the point where you think that you can force a YouTuber, where you think that a YouTuber is obligated to speak on certain topics, that disgusts me. Because, God forbid, let's just imagine that one of the people you're trying to force to speak on this has either A, experienced something similar, or B, experienced the same exact thing from Cody Co. And you're forcing them to speak on this. It is 100, well, not 100. It's very likely that the people you're asking to speak on these very upsetting, very traumatizing, very like awful crimes that are happening have been victimized in similar ways. I'd be damned if I am a survivor of SA in this way, and just because I'm a YouTuber who maybe did a video with Cody Co back in the day, that I'm forced to now speak up and, first of all, research what's actually happened, what's transpired, re-traumatize myself, and then give a fucking public service announcement, a fucking press release on how I don't align with the views and all of that and blah, 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 blah. That is extremely entitled, and it just goes to show that, like, the parasocial, like, atmosphere of the internet has gotten to an all-time high. It's gotten to disgusting degrees. You are not my cousin, my brother, my sister, my aunt. You are not related to me. I do not owe you an explanation. I do not owe you a public denouncing of this extremely traumatizing thing. Because you never know if I had gone through something similar myself. And now I have to subject myself to re-traumatizing myself, right? I could be in therapy for this thing. I could be intentionally avoiding this thing so I don't re-traumatize myself or trigger myself into a mental breakdown. And the way these individuals will force people to talk about this stuff is disgusting. It's disgusting. This isn't something like, hey, your best friend was on a podcast saying that, he doesn't care about human rights. He doesn't care about, like, black people, da 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 da. Like, is that the type of person you align yourself with? So in a case like that, that's a very easy, like, watch, okay, I see what my friend said. No, I would like to publicly say I do not agree with that. But this is a case where, like, crimes have been committed against individuals, sensitive crimes, right? These aren't just, hey, your friend stole this from this person, denounce this. This is a sensitive, intimate crime that a lot of people have experienced. And you run the risk of traumatizing individuals who have possibly gone through something similar. I don't agree with penguinz0's Attack on Titan, how he felt about the ending. I really don't like that, okay? But at the end of the day, I could still put that shit aside and come on here and say, leave the guy alone. Like, honestly, like, leave the guy alone. He does not have to report or hold a fucking press conference on every single thing that happens on YouTube, that happens in the world. Sometimes people just want to have a good day. It's as simple as that. And if you can't respect that, I'm so sorry. You're not healthy enough to be online. You're not. And you should probably log off too and have yourself a good day if you can. Okay? And, like, I don't know fucking penguinz0 from a fucking can of paint, right? I've just been watching the fucking videos, laughing along to his anime character arc, right? Like, following along and shit. Like, funny guy, right? I watch him while I'm eating. It's a good time, right? But at the end of the day, this man does not owe us anything. This man can stop making videos tomorrow. And he doesn't owe us an explanation why, and he doesn't owe us an apology for doing so. People have gotten really comfortable making rules for other people's lives. And that is the disgusting part, and that is what has to change. So I do feel bad for penguinz0. I do feel, I feel for him. Whoa, what am I saying? Nobody is entitled to make another individual talk about anything else. And hey, you are entitled to have your own opinions about what that means if the person doesn't speak on it or whatever. You're entitled to think, oh, he's not speaking on it because they're going to collab, da da da. You're entitled to think that. And guess what? Your opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion does not matter. Okay? And him speaking on a subject should not matter to you either. That's literally it. That's it.